If you're looking at condos or townhomes while researching a move to Nanaimo BC, strata fees are probably one of the first things that caught your eye on a listing. And your reaction probably was, wait, I have to pay that on top of a mortgage? You are not alone. That's the exact conversation we have with buyers almost every week. So today we're going to walk you through what strata fees actually are, what they cover, what to look for before you buy, and why they're not always the financial drawback that people think that they are. We've been helping people with Nanaimo real estate for years now, and this topic comes up constantly, especially for people relocating to Vancouver Island from other parts of Canada. So let's get into it. The big question, the question that we hear most is pretty simple. Why would I pay strata fees when I could just put that money towards my mortgage? It's a very fair question, but here's the thing. That framing assumes the costs of owning a home just disappear when there's no strata. They don't. They just land on you a little bit differently. Let's walk what those fees are actually paying for. Building insurance is one of the big ones. The strata policy covers the building structure itself. Now you'll still want your own contents insurance, but here's something a lot of buyers don't know about. Deductible insurance. Strata insurance deductibles can be significant. We're talking thousands of dollars in some cases. Deductible insurance means that if there's a claim, say a pipe bursts, instead of paying a large strata deductible out of your pocket, you pay a small deductible to your insurer and they cover the rest. It's a small policy and very much worth having. Water and sewage are usually included in the fees as well. And then there's building maintenance. This is where we think the real comparison comes in. Think about a roof on a single family home. A replacement might run $20,000 or more. If that roof has a 25-year life, you're looking at roughly $800 a year just to save for that one item. And that's just the roof. There's window and siding replacement, painting, plumbing and electrical repairs, drainage work. In a strata, these costs are shared, planned, and managed through the building's budget. Most homeowners in a detached home don't set aside in a dedicated savings fund for all of that. So when you look at strata fees that way, they're not a penalty. They're a structured version of costs that mostly exist anyways. Here's where it gets a little bit more nuanced. Not all stratas are created equal. A well-run strata and a poorly run strata on the same street can have very different financial health. Some stratas are meticulous about maintenance, others have deferred things for years. And there are preferences, landscaping being a big one. Some stratas put real money into the grounds and common areas where others keep it minimal. If you're someone who would never spend that way on a single family home, you might want to align with the strata that aligns more with your priorities. That's a real part of doing your due diligence. What to review before buying? This is where people get surprised. When you make an offer on a strata property, reviewing the strata documents is a pretty standard condition. You'll receive an index of everything available, and this is what to focus on. The Form B is an excellent starting point. It's a summary document for the specific unit you're looking at, kind of a snapshot, if you will. It shows the monthly strata fee, anything outstanding that's owed to the strata, the contingency reserve fund balance, that's an important one, and any upcoming special assessments already voted on, also another important one, and parking and storage details as well. So pretty much everything is pretty important on this document. Think of it as the snapshot, but it's only the beginning. You'll also want to go through council minutes, usually 2 years worth. These meeting minutes can tell you a lot about the culture of a building. Some read like a well-run organization, others feel a little bit more like afternoon television. You'll get a real feel for who's running things and how. Professional management is worth noting too. A professionally managed strata tends to bring more structure and accountability. Next, we have the Depreciation Report, and this is one of the ultimate, most important parts of this package. It's prepared by engineers and it's required every 5 years. It goes through every major component of a building, every system, and estimates lifespan, maintenance needs, and replacement costs. It also looks at the current strata fees and contingency reserve to assess whether the building is financially on track to match all of those things that will need updated over the next 20, 40 years. And it typically offers a few different scenarios, different funding strategies to keep the building in good shape. So even though it's by an engineer and it's great to read with a grain of salt, the strata still has to vote on which course of action they're going to take based on this report. The report gives you a real picture of where things stand, and then we have the bylaws. This is where you want to look for anything that affects your lifestyle. Age restrictions, pet rules is a big one, smoking policies can be a big one as well. If you have a large dog or you're planning to rent the unit at some point, you want to read these bylaws carefully. So here's something else we notice when we're showing strata properties around Nanaimo. You'll be standing on a balcony deck facing the harbor or a nice lake view on a clear morning, the ferry moving slowly across the water, a little bit of wind off the street, and buyers start asking different questions. They stop asking, is it worth it? And start asking, is this the right one? Because living in Nanaimo really does offer that kind of life. Whether or not it's a strata townhome in a quieter South End neighborhood or a condo with a view near the downtown core, the lifestyle is there. The due diligence just helps you find the version that fits. Now for the neighborhood connection. This is actually one of the reasons understanding different neighborhoods in Nanaimo matters so much while you're working through this. Two identical strata units could feel completely different depending on where they sit in the city. North End, South End, Old City Quarter, University District, walk scores, proximity to trails, the feel of the street, it all plays a role. And this is why we put together the Nanaimo Neighbourhood Guide. It's not flashy, but it gives you a really solid feel on how different areas in the city compare. Before you make the move, you can find the link below. If you're in the middle of researching a move to Nanaimo, or just beginning that process, we hope this gave you a clearer picture of what strata fees are really all about. It's not about whether or not they're good or bad, it's about understanding what you're buying into so you can make a decision that fits your life. If you want to go deeper on any of this, whether it's a specific neighborhood, what the market looks like right now, or what questions to be asking, we're easy to reach. That's what we're here for. Drop a comment below or check the links in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.